Hi guys, welcome to Shelly's Homemade, and today we're going to be making a sweet potato pie. Yes, a sweet potato pie. So right now, we're going to boil our sweet potatoes. You see that they are in the pot with water covering them, and they are coming up to a boil. So now it's time to add the salt to this, because we want to season those potatoes. It's very important that we season our potatoes. Alright, so that's like 2 tablespoons of kosher salt to get in there and enrich our potatoes, to give our potatoes some flavor when we peel our potatoes. And when we come back, guys, these are going to be boiled and they're going to be cooled, and most of them are going to be peeled. I'm going to show you how to peel one on camera. So there's 6 potatoes in here. We're going to make 2 pies. And when we come back, I'll show y'all step by step how to make a fabulous sweet potato pie, guys. So they are nice and cool. I washed these before I boiled them. I added salt as I did in the beginning. I'm going to show you how to peel, how easy it is to peel them. So you just take your hand and just pull right off. You don't need a knife, you don't need anything. The skin just comes right off. Not taking up the flesh, nothing. You just pull it off like little. And I like to put it on a piece of aluminum foil. That way when they cool and everything on there, and I'm finished peeling them, I can just wrap it all in this aluminum foil and throw it right away. That's like that, guys. Pinch the tops off and just pull it out. Just like that. Just pull it out. Nothing to it. If you don't like nasty stuff on your hands, just put some gloves on. It'll still work the same. I'm alright with getting a little messy. Alright. See how that comes off? So easy. Take your hand. You gotta do nothing extra. Look at that. Boom. So I'm gonna clean this mess up. When I come back, we're gonna start making a filling for our sweet potato pie, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's make our sweet potato pie. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our potatoes into our food processor, and everything is done in the food processor. So quick, so easy, so delicious. If you don't have a food processor, by all means use a hand mixer, stand mixer, whatever you have. I'm telling you guys that this makes a really easy sweet potato pie, guys. Alright, so first, so let's blend up our potatoes. So now that it's all mushed up and done with the food processor, look at this. So now we're going to add our eggs. All 3 of them in there. Don't be shy. Let's get all 3 of them in there. That's 3 large eggs. All blended up in there. 3 large eggs. We have unsalted sweet cream butter. And this whole stick right inside of there. Now, if you're doing this for a whole bunch of them, just double the recipe. But this recipe makes 2. It makes 2 sweet potato pies, guys. Whole thing down in there just like that. And with it, I'm going to add the lemon juice, which is a fourth of a cup of lemon juice. Alright. So I'm going to turn it on again. Alright, so now let's add our milk, and we're going to use this whole container, this whole can, this whole 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. Pour that whole thing in there. If you don't have evaporated milk, guess what? Use some whole milk. Use whatever milk you have in there. Heavy cream, whatever you have. Put it right in there and just use that. Just use it. And make sure you shake the can very, very well before you pour it in, because you want all of that goodness from that can in there. Right, just like that. Yep. So now I'm gonna add the honey. So I like to eyeball the honey, but it's a half a cup though. It's a half a cup of honey. I like to eyeball it, but I know for sure it is a half of cup. Alright, now let's juice this up. Now I do have another sweet potato pie recipe on here that I did. So you can go check that out. That has a homemade pie crust. This one does not. So now you need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Not baking soda, but baking powder. Alright, so you're going to use baking powder. Let's get our vanilla in there. We don't want to forget about our vanilla. So first thing first, let's just put a little bit in here. We're going to get the rest of that out. But it's a tablespoon and a half of vanilla, but put as much as you like. Vanilla is a flavoring, and I like to have good flavor throughout of my sweet potato pie. I was told by an older woman, told me that when you do a sweet potato pie, always, the darker the sweet potato pie is, you know it's going to be right. And you get not one of those light ones that don't look like it got no type of flavor, no nothing. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 2 generous tablespoons of cinnamon. Alright, and we're going to use 1 tablespoon of nutmeg. Now we don't want to put too much nutmeg, because nutmeg tends to overpower what we got going on in this situation. Alright, turning it back on. The most important thing is the sugar. Let's add that. This is 2.5 cups. Woo. You know what? I'm just gonna take it off of this. Let's just pull it off. Not making a mess. We don't want to do that. So currently we're gonna have to do some at a time. Mixed in. Let's get it done. Okay. See what we got here so far. I'm just going scrape down and just look for lumps of potato. We shouldn't have any type of lumps anywhere, but we're just going to scrape it down just to make sure. And the rest of our sugar. And this is a pie, not a cake. So if it was a cake, we would not be blending this much. And this, you know those strings that be in a pie when you bite into somebody's sweet potato pie and you have them strings and stuff in it? You don't want that. This, it makes it smooth. You ain't got to keep doing all the extra stuff. You see how easy this is and how quick this was to get done. So I'm about to be done. And when we come back, we're going to be pulling it into our pie crust. So I have store-bought pie crust that I brought. It's Pillsbury deep dish. It's going to make 2 pies. It might be enough for 3. If so, I'll just pull the rest of it into a Ziploc bag. And whenever I want to make I'll put it in the freezer. Whenever I want to make another pie, I'll unthaw it, pour it into a bag. Alright, so when I come back, we're going to be pulling this into the thing. We're going to get this mess cleaned up. Alright, so let's pour. Ooh, I'm getting stuff all over the place. Alright, coming in. I said it would probably be enough to make 3 pies. But look how smooth it is. Look at that. It's smooth. It looks so smooth and creamy. Creamy from the milk. I'm going to try to see if I can fit it all into my pie crust. That way I don't have nothing to put in the freezer. And I did it. Look at this. So now we're just going to pat it on the table, on the counter, just like I said, table, counter, just like that. We're going to put this on the cookie sheet. We're going to pop it in our oven. We're going to let this baby cook for an hour and a half. And we're going to have sweet potato pie. Okay, so this is what this beautiful pie looks like. Look at it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It caramelized around the edges. It's still a little warm. I'm going to get a small piece. Because it is always the first piece and always the hardest piece to come out. But look at that. It was supposed to cool a little more. It is absolutely a beautiful pie, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Give it a try. Okay. So you can taste the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the vanilla. Gives it an excellent taste. That lemon juice, that hint of lemon juice is sweet enough from the honey and the sugar. And remember, all the ingredients are going to be in the description box, guys. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, and make this beautiful sweet potato pie, guys. Like I said, I got another one, sweet potato pie, guys. Y'all should check that video out. Absolutely a wonderful pie. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to cut it when it's cold. It cuts better when it's cold. But this thing is still warm. Alright, guys. Love you. And as always, have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next video.